Hi everyone, welcome back to Miller Music Studios TV. Let's learn about the bass clef lines and spaces now, okay? As we were saying in the video before this, middle C is to the left of the group of two black keys, and that is the C that is the closest to the true middle of the piano, and that's the EF line, which is the line that you should have lined up with your belly button when you're sitting at the piano. That's the true center of the piano. But for music, note reading and note writing, middle C goes down to this, is on a little line. Here they have it as a dashed line, but I'll show you more about that later. Middle C, then here's the space B below it. A is on the top line, G is in the space below that. Going down lower, F is on a line, E is in the space below it, D is on the line below that, and C is in the space below that. Now, of course, it goes down to B, A, G, F, E, D, C, that's a low C, and B, A, G, and there is a way to write F, E, D, C, B, A, even those lower notes, but that's for a future video. Now, the way they decided for people to learn where these notes are on the staff. Now the staff are these 5 lines and 4 spaces. Is by putting, okay, wee woo wee woo. On these 5 lines and 4 spaces, which is the musical staff, they put a bass clef, an F clef. Now it helps you find the F note, which is below middle C. Here's C, B, A, G, F. So that F note is written on the 4th line up of the F clef. And you know how we can make a fancy F going this way? In the olden days, they made a fancy F the other direction. And they crossed, first they put the big black blob of it on the 4th line up. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the F line. And then they crossed it here on the F line. But I think people complained and said, wait, I can't see a line on a line. So they said, okay, no problem. We'll put a dot above and below that F line so that you can see the F line going in between them, and put the biggest round dot right on the F line. And that stands for the letter F on the piano, the note F. It's also called the bass clef because bass stands for low sounds. So here's middle C, and here's the lower notes on the piano, and even these. So middle C and down is for the bass clef. And if you put a bass clef on a staff, the whole thing becomes a bass staff. And the lines turned out to be, okay, wee woo, wee woo. Okay, the lines turned out to be G, B, D, F, A. Here they are. G, B, D, F, A. And there's middle C above that. So you can, wait, wee woo, wee woo. So they made up the saying, great big dogs fight animals, for first line G, second line B, third line D, 4th line F, 5th line A. And in between these lines are the spaces. So here's all cows eat grass is a very good saying for A, C, E, G. That means first space is A, second space is C, third space is E, 4th space is G. And here they are. There's the bass clef spaces, and we have all cows eat grass. So now you know the bass clef lines and spaces. And I'd like you to review that every day, and we'll go from there the next lesson. Okay, so tune in again, and happy practicing. Here's your kiss.